If Twitch is working, good, good. More like, is Twitch gonna work? On the back end, it's like, maybe. And I'm like, why you do this? On my Discord that I'm in fact streaming things. All right. That's set up, that's set up. I'll get started in a second. I just wanted to do all the usual intro stream things that need to get done over where I'm at, and go from there. Good to go. A lot of my ear. I should open the other level. This doesn't really matter. I need to, I was testing out other hairs for Poppet, but this one doesn't, it's temporarily broken. I need to look into that because I updated the plugin and didn't realize it would break everything. My dialog plugin is Fubard. Happens. Let's see, the Poppet hair thingy, blah, blah. This one. And our default hair. In case I like to swap it out. Just for funsies. I'm looking at the material though, and it's really not this. I forgot to put restream up, chat up. Very important, very important. They're like, do this captcha thingy in order to log into a restream. I need this. And then holy sweet mother of God. That is some of the ugliest blueprints I've ever seen. Like, I mean, this is just offensively bad. What in the world? Anyway, let me drag this out. I'm gonna put my stuff up here and then just, I guess, do something else with it. Alright, we need to find the emissive, wherever that is. Let's multiply it against this emissive. I drug it off the other way so it wouldn't be backwards like that, but whatever. I'm not here to pretty up this thing. This is just a mistake of the world. Like I'm not gonna even waste my time trying to pretty that up. That is ugly. That's the ugliest blueprint I have ever seen in my life. I mean, I've seen more complicated ones, but nothing that ugly. That's on a level that means something. Someone out went another way to make it that ugly. And they've succeeded. Truly. Truly. Okay. There. I just wanted her to vanish, this new one, as she teleported. I had a second hair for her. Got from there to test out. Not bad, actually. Still hangs a little weird, but all in all. I have to balance the dodge thingy. I think the not enough message should probably be down in the bottom and not on the center of the screen. Maybe not. I mean, putting it in the center is an option. But yeah, I used to be able to break it by doing this. You did a bunch of them. I did fix that. Just trying to break it. This map's so industrial sounding. Well, I broke my battle arena, unfortunately. Dialogue thing, so that sucks. But on the plus side, at least it has a plug-in version that works with 5.4. Or I had actually just had 5.3 and upgraded to 5.4 and didn't realize the plugin was still the 5.3 version, and somehow that... I didn't know that could happen with plugins. Sure, somehow updated the plugin, but then the other guy couldn't do the same to get a working version of the plugin. But it didn't really work, because when you try to package the thing, it wouldn't work at all. It's currently broken. I lost one of the files involved with moving the information around, and I have to reprogram that file, and I need to reset up that plugin, and I'll probably have to watch a video to see how that guy had it set up initially anyway, and I don't want to do that. Kind of low priority at the moment. It's like, I could do it. I don't want to. Don't. Dialogue is not that important right now. Especially because I had to program a bunch of stuff, and I don't want to do that right now. I mean, I want to program something like that. Oh, once I remember how that was all set up, that'd probably be helpful. I didn't lose all the code, just some of it. Once I get the initial resetup done for it, it'll probably be fine, but I really don't like to watch tutorial videos on stream. Almost would prefer the text not be emissive like that. Maybe less emissive, potentially. Of course, there might be a light room later. Which I always know it's, you know, Charlotte talking every time those signs are there. Alright, well I fixed her hair, which was job one because it was just annoying and I just got tired of the other hair. And I was graced with the ugliest hair thing I've ever seen. Or the ugliest material I've ever seen. Well, the other ones didn't work right for the hairs I was testing. I was trying to get them to look good, but they just kind of don't. One of them I wanted, it just, when you use a material and it just falls apart. So, I need better hairs, basically. But I got some from a pack, and I have Poppet's original hair, which is still the fan favorite. Fan favorite, I mean, you know, the best one. Okay, I need to open. Gotta get my groove on. Keep working on this character. I have a thing where she expands like projectiles around her. Not gonna like all at once. Well, let's make a projectile first, and then we'll have her spawn it. Job 1, make the thing you plan on spawning. Job 2, everything else. I just made her voodoo to make it easy on myself. To save me money, potentially. I already have a working character, no reason to change that. Oh. One. Um, that positioning is horrible. Drag it out here real fast and see what we're looking at. Well, I know the size of one of those, so let's move it in one of those and just get an idea. Those look suitably terrifying. Assign particles on a printer. Projectile movement. That's the next one we want. Hmm. Call this one the ground. I could create location on these and then save myself all this extra code. It's not terrible. Then I could just have this one thing here on all those, and then I should just test it to see. Oh. I wouldn't want these to be homing. It's like the one on a copy. I just think a normal one's fine. I'll try a normal and see what happens. I'm curious. I don't think I have to change anything. You can just change out our one projectile anyway. Ideally, I want them all to erupt from the ground. Okay, so they do all fly up. That's correct. I even want one that spawns at the ground. What I want is literally right over on one of these other graphs. I'll just get that code. Alright, find currency, perfect. Good job, me. Um, no, I need to break this. It's fine for now. Oh, it's like world transform, right? I don't know why I need to change this. Oh, hey, Fearless, how's it going? Just in time to be the first. Not a lot. I'm trying to make projectiles that come from the ground, kind of near the player. Yeah, I heard of it. I don't play it, but I've heard of it. Yeah, I mentioned it's I heard it was really popular. Used for a while. I don't know if it still is, but popular at the time. Let's find another arrow. Yes. That's cool. I mean, maybe at some point if I ever finish making this game, I'll actually play games again. I wonder sometimes. Kind of just... I mean, maybe if I played on stream or something. I've been trying to get affiliate on Twitch. I stream there at the same time as I stream here. But unfortunately, I need, like, I think, 12 more followers on there. I have everything else, but I need 12 more followers on there. Very sad. I was stream on both at the same time. Projectile arrow, let's... This arrow is like way over there. Let's move it way out here. Working on a boss character. But yeah, I need more followers on Twitch big time. I need 12 more in the next month. And if I can get that, I become affiliate. And I get paid to work on game dev stuff. With YouTube, I'm the workload. It's just the requirements are insane. If I had the just the base requirements for monetization on YouTube, on Twitch, I could make an entire living and then some. It'd be crazy, the difference. Yeah. I just need 12 more followers on Twitch. So. I just mentioned to everyone and hopefully collect a few more followers. Also, I've been getting... Some nights I get as many as 16 people watching me on there. On YouTube, not so much. YouTube, I think I've gotten up to 8, something like that. People watching. No, actually, there was one day I got to 10. To be fair, it was an organic 10. Like nobody, you don't get rated on YouTube. Well, I guess you probably could if they had some way to do it. There's no raid function built in. I need the ground projectile arrow for this. I guess I don't need to find the Z because I just have access to the Z at that point. I'd look at rotation on this one. Oh. I'm a goofball. I forgot to change something here. I'm gonna keep backups of each of these so I don't have to remember. I just didn't want to code in all the new behavior tree change just to do this. So what I'm going to do is just simply replace all the projectiles with this new projectile, test it out, and then I'll figure out when I wanted to launch them. So these ones here. But yeah, Twitch has been great. I just stream on both at the same time, so there's no reason not to stream on both. You know, it's like just value, really. I managed to actually get to the point where I'm monetized on Twitch. Also set it where I can stream to, like, you know, Rumble and Kick and things like that. What you doing, pal? He spawns them, but they might need to be higher up. Let me look at this thing here. Yeah, throughout the course of the night, I end up with people on both YouTube and Twitch. I'll talk at both of them, and sometimes I'll make a point of mentioning which one they're on. Twitch usually takes a while to get started. The longer the night goes, the more people show up on Twitch. Same thing with YouTube, really. I actually should probably start about an hour later from what I can tell, because a lot of my Discord isn't even online until closer to like 11:30 Pacific, and I start at 10:30 Pacific, so like an hour earlier than I probably should. I don't know who's on Twitch at the moment. I mean, looks like there's no one currently watching on Twitch. There's been people dropping by, but they haven't stayed. It takes time. A lot of the people who watch me tend to be from Europe, so I think I start too early. I need to start slightly later. Actually, I don't need another hand on that one. I'm going to move that for a second. Let's string this. I want to see what it's hitting. Nice, yeah. The start of the stream is probably best for like Asia in general, I imagine. The only problem with that is I speak English, and that doesn't super appeal to most of Asia. Like, I mean, it doesn't mean they can't speak English, but it's not usually their main language, so I tend to not get the views on it as much, I find. But then again, the fact that I stream during a time that basically no one, no English streamers really tend to stream, helps a lot. What's it hitting? Is it hitting itself? I mean, a lot of those countries do speak English. And I've spoken all over the place. To be honest, a lot of people here speak better English than the people here. People here speak terrible English. Let's just get the rotation of this. What am I doing? Combine. Rotation is fine. I should show you the new rooms that I was working on. I was trying to make this boss work. Well, at least they're facing the right direction. But they're not flying anywhere. I'm gonna move them up and see if they're actually flying downwards. I think they are actually. Wait, I'm pretty certain that's what's happening. Hit the chat. So, sometimes they animate. Like, I'll make 3D animations and the like. Usually it's imported into this so the characters can move around, especially if the model is one from DAZ or something where the I don't have animations for it, like it doesn't have a normal skeleton. Sometimes I'll adjust the animations in UE, but I don't tend to do it that often because I don't usually need to. Like, I mean, I will change. I did change. Like, I made Patrick's laugh. I'm also gonna move this up a bit. I just want to see which way it's flying. I'm also gonna have to learn how to make you know, an animated cutscene or two for purposes like the intro and of the game and also the endings. I'm probably not gonna make a lot of animations for the middle of the game, but to be fair, it's a more about wandering around in there and everything like that than anything else. So there'll be like small animations, but throw something. They're flying at me. That's not ideal. Second. I'll look that up in a second. I have a way to do this the other way I want. Yeah, I'll show you the new areas I was working on. Because I had a whole new biome. That'd be these crazy places. Whatever loads. Boing, boing. Oh. I don't know. Falling in the water sucks. I didn't put a kill thing in there. Yeah, there's like multiple layers of things, and there's pipes going through the ceiling so you can crawl through, and there's a whole bottom area down here, and then there's actually, what, 4 other maps that look like it, including my favorite one, which I'll have to show you, but this is probably the least cool one of the lot. They just get better and better and better as you go. Ooh. Also, glowing tomato. Do not question the glowing tomato. I might make them destroyable and have them make a squish noise or something. That'd be sweet. I don't know how to make them squish though, but yep, this is one of the maps. But wait, there's more. This is the next of the maps with a fun mechanic too. Oh, I'm trying to fall between the cracks. That's stupid. Oh. Oh. Bad angle and all that. Yeah, there's these crazy maps to wander around in. Goes to yet another crazy map to wander around with multiple tiers to wander through, and can't really see them all, but goes up into multiple levels and leads to my favorite of the maps. All Tomato City map. Give you an Alice in Wonderland feel. These are enemy spawners. I don't think there's a nav mesh down. Yeah, I'm not gonna spend time fighting those. I don't care that much, but yeah, you can go inside these crazy places and go through pipes to get to locations. I think my level design skills get better and better with each attempt. Into the pool. Oh. I haven't done the under the water stuff yet. Yep, I was working on those. But right now I'm working on a boss. I just wanted the initial velocity on this movement thingy would affect what's the projectile parent? Oh, I don't even have a nav mesh down, that's right. Guess I put one down. I wonder if that's causing you to fire in a funny direction. Mm-hmm. mean, the rotation this is upwards. You would think that that would be all I need. It's not. The gravity may I'll make it flat. Done now, Michigan. Maybe I'll start later. Schedule it later. Go up. Start. So just the gravity change makes all the difference. Works for me. For her, and you just need to move this thingy to a better location. Also want to test something here. I want it tested after the fact here. Only tell me what it's hitting if it hits after the fact. I'll put a nav mesh down too. Always start my day out with all the loading. This looks more like a final boss room. Almost like I'm building the game backwards. I did put one of the bosses in the game. Can't even get her. Why does she keep going towards her? That's so obnoxious. You know what? Let me try it a different way. I have an idea. Definitely a quiet night. Anyway. And then let's see what happens. It really spawned right by you, huh? Get away from her. I'm gonna fix this thing so it just runs the hell away all the time. You trying to hit? What you doing, buddy? Anywhere. There you go. She's being pretty catch. That thing off me. What's hitting the ground? This is I'll remember to add all those, tagged all those in a bit. Wait a minute. I do want them to be destroyed when they hit the floor, though, is the problem. So giving it the tag of floor, what does that even do for me? I mean, really? Or just face to the floor. Hi Lepus, how's it going? I'm trying to make projectiles spawn from the ground because I want Voodoo to be able to fire a bunch of, like, you know, spawn a bunch of pins on the ground at just various points there and have them fire up. And the current initial problem I'm having is when they spawn, they just hit the ground, or I put them up in the air, in which case it doesn't have the effect I want. You know? So it's kind of like, Pin scratcher on that one, as they say. I was considering giving the floor, the floor here, a tag to look for. I think what I do right here. Well, it's just hitting the floor and being kind of lame. Like, it's not what I want it to be. It's not spawning where I want. So what I'm going to do, I need to basically institute a timer that says it can't be destroyed by the floor. But what I actually need is a variable that just says ignore floor. I need actor has tag. The tag it has to have is floor. So if ignore floor is true, what I'm going to do is have another branch. I'm gonna have it after the other actor thing, I think. Yeah. Am I gonna have it after that? Let's see. So if it ignores floor, I go to this branch here. So. And then if actor has tag floor, then I do this. And ignore floor is gonna always be set to false. So with that there, I should just make ignore. Oh, I'm gonna expose on spawn just so I have to find the dumb thing. I have to do it anyway. Oh. Okay, that's been insteadable. I don't want to instead. I don't care. Fine. Like, where is this? I need this. It's important. Ah, there we go. So this one ignores floor. So hopefully then what it'll do is it'll just, you know, fire them up and, well, their initial spawn won't hit the floor. Because I want to place them below the floor. They have to pass through the floor, and they don't have an actual solid collision anyway. Because they're a projectile, and you don't usually want projectiles to have solid collision. Doesn't seem to be doing what I want, does it? Let me test something first here. Add 100 to the initial Z just to see if it even is spawning them. I should have checked that before I was even doing this. I mean, it should be spawning them, but... Oh, join the restream chat again. Oh, hey, Jakey. I didn't have the restream chat up, so I missed the message temporarily. I just had Twitch chat up, so I was deleting a message. Wing. Come on. I think she's firing up in the air. Wait for a second. You stay away from her. Yeah, they are firing way up in the air. Fire them up. Oh, the light bulb is actually because I haven't changed the the indicator on things. It's usually when you can interact with something. But for combat, I'm going to have something different. So she's definitely firing these things way high up in the air. Yeah, and they're firing from random locations, which is what I want. Yeah, with the magician selected, it has a little light bulb to represent that you can do things. I'm going to change it to like a wand or something. Initially, because there's an indicator for turning the lights on and off. I haven't, I just need to make a wand icon for it, basically. I need to do one for all of them. That's projectile movement I need. Looks like they are just firing like sideways, I think. To figure it out here. Let me leave her alone. I gotta fix her movement. She's stupid. You stay over here. On something. Moving. She's moving. On something. Come on. Should be looking up bullshit. I think it's not actually spawning. I think they're just... You stay away from me, people. I don't think it's ignoring the floor. Oh, not what I copy pasted at all. This is what I copy pasted, thank you. Oh. Yes, the projectile itself does not count as the floor. Does not have a tag floor. It'll never be a floor, probably. I mean, I guess I could spawn an entire floor that is a projectile that goes up and tries to squish people. That would be a little extreme. I think I would just make the floor itself move and not spawn a whole floor, but fine. You had to spawn it right over by it, didn't you? Suck. Ow. Stop beating on my voodoo doll. Well, I keep saying floor. Oh, she is clearly trying to do that. I'm gonna fix her so she stops running towards her. She shouldn't be doing that. I don't know why she is. She's supposed to run away. But here we are. Doing here we are things. So, what kind of dumb crap are you doing? You're supposed to move away from target. Hmm. Oh. Actually, I guess I don't have to do that for that because this I can find a target actor. It should be a negative, right? You'd think, right? Because it gets the lookout location here. Yeah, so it gets the actual location and the lookout, which finds the lookout rotation, sure. Gets the forward vector of that and multiplies by the move distance. That's fair. And adds it to the current actor's location. So that would give you the wrong thing. Hi, Master Keith. 117. Doing up pretty good. Just up late doing coding, basically. Trying to figure out why this character is stupid. Just outright stupid. And to be fair, it's entirely my coding why the character is outright stupid, but you know, yeah. I was trying to make a projectile that comes from the ground, goes upwards, but failing horribly. You can also just shrink the size of this projectile too. I might do that. Might help. Yeah. I'm all about making my stuff dumb. Not gonna lie. There's like you're fighting this voodoo doll boss in this thing, and she spawns a voodoo doll of you, and the voodoo doll of you isn't supposed to go hug the boss until one of the later phases, in which case then takes over and controls the voodoo doll. But until then, I'm missing that somehow. And the A couple of those attacks seem like they have really bad things. See, like, look, it's just hugging her. Come hug me. We're buddies, right? I told you to hug me now whenever you're there. Now you're gonna go over there, you're kind of dumb? Okay, it's fair, it's fair. Oh yeah, like this is... The game's like, you know, in like 10 to 15% done range. It's not... We're not even close. I wouldn't worry too much about it. Right now we're just playing with logic and things. You're supposed to fire these projectiles from the ground. Also, I managed to carry her without actually the particle appearing, which I thought I fixed, but I guess not. Okay, well, there's a fun bug. I guess I haven't locked their movement very well. Something. There should be an is dead clause so they can't move, but... Yeah, hitting the floor. I need their initial spawns. Her AI is incredibly dumb right now. I'm not really worried about that. I just want to see if get the attacks to work, and then I'm going to tell her to do... what to do with it. I have a more complicated enemy already. I have a bunch of them already, but I don't have a thing that spawns projectiles at ground level. Because, you know, in an ideal world, they would like just, you'd be going along and then all these voodoo pins would pop up from the ground. So that, you know, you have good times. But, you know, we're not there yet. Well, since you're here, I'll show you around a bit, because might as well. You can see some of the other things and other mechanics that are currently in the game. This room is fun. I don't keep the nav meshes down when I'm making stuff, because if I do that, then it has to load every time I do anything. This is my chapel. Some of the rooms are much more visually appealing than others. Some are meant to be a little creepier, but what happens usually later in the stream is I end up doing all the graphics after I get tired of doing all the programming earlier in the stream. Really been long a stream. Sometimes I stream like 9 hours or something. It's like... So... Oh, and all the good ones in here. That sucks. These ones are boring. Anyway. She uses tarot cards as her abilities. And they're based on whether or not she's in the darkness or not. If she's in the darkness, she gains the power to use them, this curse power, but it slowly kills her. If she goes back to the light, she gains the... You know, she recovers from the curse, but she also loses the power to use things, so... You have to balance between the two. These objects are possessed, so when you try to use them, they'll just go crazy. Really crazy, apparently. But the Hierophant's active, they act like platforms. Boing, boing. The Hierophant's a little brighter than I want it to be. That's true. Boing, boing. I can create platform things along the way that are hidden. I might actually have them zoom to the location so they could actually be put away too, or just doing something else, and then you force them back. Yeah, it slowly runs out of the curse, and if you're in the purple light, it means the curse is affecting you, and otherwise it's not. I'm working on the effect to show whether or not it's like that. But, you know. Yeah, there's a lot of wandering around these little places like that. Gotta fix this one here, apparently. I'm playing on a keyboard and mouse. I'm too lazy to grab the controller. Even though I did just fix this. Oh, I saw them around. Those are fun to look at. Yeah, it leads all the way over to a platform thing over there. This is my reference to Annabelle with the actual message from the Warren Museum on it. Important. I'm gonna sneak things in. These enemies are fun. They'll blow up. Not these ones. These are stupid. It's a bit laggy because I got things. Whenever I'm streaming, my computer's not that powerful. It's powerful, but not as powerful as it could be. Let's see. We got Patrick. Patrick needs a nav mesh. This enemy is a lot more farther along than the other one I was working on. I still need like extra particles and stuff like that in there, and sound effects, and you know, all the extra embellishments. We're just not there yet. Those can be added in any time. Almost certainly will be. Boing, boing. This is Patrick. I told the chat many times before, but it was chat that named him because the first person who saw him was like, "What have you done with my boy Patrick?" And from that point on, he just has been Patrick. Actually, almost out of sanity. He's got 3 phases. His first phase, he just tries to bunk you. He's not that complicated. He's like the first boss thingy, I guess. He's kind of dumb. The star trades sanity for health. I don't have this on. Uh-oh. Why are you over there, buddy? Are you out of range somehow? I didn't even know you could get out of range. You break? Wow, Patrick. I haven't actually seen him break ever. I've seen him get stuck. You can hit him with things by picking them up and throwing them. His final phase, he jumps around like a crazy person and launches little mini dolls to fight. Unfortunately, I have a little message on to say what's happening, so it's kind of obnoxious how much it's just everywhere, but it's okay. I just recently gave him this attack. Respawns the little dorks in large numbers. I gotta get to stop doing that because it's causing massive amounts of lag. I could also close all the other windows I have open on the side there that are... If you have editor windows open, it actually causes a bunch of lag, like about 15 FPS lag. Yeah. Working on that one there, and then working on another area. It's more steampunky because you're in this giant steampunk world. It's you can see it's fun steampunky world in this toy factory. So most of the areas are set up for, like, you know, to showcase toys and things, except for the top area, which is forbidden to the public. And you start out up there. Actually, you start out in the toy maker's workshop, which is this floor here. I may get rid of this top area. I haven't decided yet. Don't really like it. Yep, you build all these things there. This has become one of my favorite maps. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, I'm working on it. Gonna get there eventually. But I stream like 5 nights a week just working on it, so chat with people. Gave her a different hair today just because I felt like she should have more than one hair. This is my placeholder for an enemy spawner. One of the attacks really doesn't hit very well. I need to fix those attacks so that they have a like longer hit time. Yep, it's always a place to go through. You can jump in these things and go wandering around. I just put a few enemy spawners out here to test them. There's a ghost girl that haunts the place. This is her. I need to make her more ghost-like, but we haven't got there yet. Just the model is there. Boing, boing, boing. She can't go downstairs because I haven't really made her truly fly. Yeah, you get a weird look at this place. Here we got. Build lots of multi-level areas. I guess I can turn the lights back on temporarily. Well, actually, it looks cooler with the lights off. This room's a fan fave. Giant pool thing. With an underwater world in here, too. And a light. Suppose I could turn up the lights so you can see. Like a giant fish tank, basically. Yeah, I'll probably design more areas later tonight, and I start the day by really coding things, seeing if I like them. They're working very much on a complicated fight, but I usually come back to them as time goes by and make them better. And like the last mechanic that I really didn't... Actually, I guess I didn't show off the bubble wand. The bubble wand needs work. A lot of things need work. The lag needs work. I get 30 to 40 FPS if I'm not streaming. So it doesn't need that much work. But, you know, it's still not great. You can use a magician to open doors. And cupboard things. I need to make more rooms that use this stuff, more file cabinet things and stuff, so. I had a bunch, and then I deleted them because I didn't like the looks of them. I'm probably going to have to make something that's... I need to take advantage of this mechanic more. Especially early on. Oh, don't fall off. Yeah, sometimes this weapon just misses. I don't know why. Might just be the lag. Ray traces are like that. Go on Windows too. A magician manipulates a lot of stuff. Probably more than it should at this point. I think I'm going to take away its ability to change the lights or manipulate it. Maybe not. Yeah, you almost had a sanity there, so you gotta run back and hide. None of the numbers are balanced. Nothing's balanced at all, so it's... Well, I say it's like a 10 to 15% done. There's probably an hour of gameplay at this point, though. Wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, that's kind of where we're at on these. We have to go here to get that key to the next room. Apparently this thing is not very good collision right there. Cool. Good for it. You collect the keys and... I think that first attack just really doesn't hit very well. I need to change it up so it hits better. All too often it keeps missing. Now I can open this door, which opens this direction. That's okay. Yeah, most rooms you end up finding keys to get to the next room. And then get various abilities to reach things too. That's kind of about what I'm doing. I need to do more with this kind of stuff. I haven't really made much use of it because I've started doing more wacky stuff, which, well, like Patrick's room, I get why it's wacky. But originally, because I have a lot more normal rooms in here, and I kind of went away from that a little bit. Maybe these rooms will be more normal. So I can make use of the drawer mechanic and things like that. More, like the business section or something like that. I don't know, I'm trying to think about what I'm going to do with these hallways and things like that, but yeah. Kind of what I'm doing. This arrow. What this? Oh, it's just Oliver. Doing Oliver things. He's here to watch the fight. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to pull it off, but I'm going to try to have all the bosses watching from behind these things, and then you let them all out later. Or the events of this let them out. Depending upon how well it runs, if I can even optimize that, it might get cut. Maybe. I could just have the cages open or broken too, for that matter. Or even just renders of them too. I don't know. This worked before. I don't know why I would want to change it. I made it negative, but I don't think I need to do that because it worked before. You'd run away completely. Let me check our behaviors. Oh. She shouldn't have moved to target anyway at this point. So yeah, it's I moved to Voodoo. Actually, I don't think I need that. Come on. I wanted to seem like she's being pulled towards the target. And in the second phase, she will be pulled towards the target. However, it'll be slower than normal, and I'll speed her up for the later phases. However, act like a lost child. Try to move towards you if you're nearby. What if in the third one there she picks the opposite? Like on the last phase, instead of... I'll see how it pans out. I just want her out of the way for purposes of this fight. Let's do this here. I can do this, actually. Let's, switch on string. Actually, let's save myself a lot of time. Grab that. I already got everything I need. I wanted to talk during the fight. I don't have any voice lines recorded, but I'm just putting print strings in so that she talks whenever she would have talked. Not many of the people in this talk because they're driven mad by the curse, but she's a voodoo doll of you, and she's just newly spawned, so she's not crazy yet. So my theory is that I'm going to make her be really talkative. Like I say, she kind of adopts you. And you have to protect her because she's your voodoo doll, so if she gets hit, you get hit. In the later phases of the fight, the boss is going to summon her to her. Like an ultimate, so it becomes even harder to deal with it. She'll keep picking her up and carrying her away from her. It's going to be a pretty complex fight by the end of it. My problem with that is I'm now writing the AI for 2 different thingies that need to interact with each other. And it's going to take a bit to really see how it plays out. Maybe I'll swap over. I'll leave projectiles as it is. They're broken for the moment, but we'll figure out the mystery of that even if I have to look it up. Which I may or may not do. We don't move away from target. No. It's just under move direction. The move direction. I wanted to do additional things too. Either way, it's going to reset action at the end of this, but I don't think these are going to do anything special. If that's the case, I should probably just remove them. Because I really just wanted to interact with the targets. Maybe I keep random. I don't know what you would say just moving randomly around, but I don't think I wanted to move randomly at all in the fight. That being said, I can stay for the moment. I'm not gonna ruin probably. I ruin everything. I don't know. Do this. We'll connect these up and then change stuff. I don't know if she'd ever move away from Poppet, so I'm going to leave it as it is for now. Move away from target is no longer something that she does, because I can just do that. I redid a bunch of the commands, so I don't have to have a lot of these things now. It's just jump in direction and do I want her to jump? Maybe. I'll just borrow it off this character. I'm just being too lazy to do this. It just connect up the 3 things. This is often my default way of getting them to avoid traps and things like that, or actually unstick them. You just have them jump a bit, and usually they can get out of things, or just periodically jump. Not ideal, but gets the job done. Hit the chat like an idiot. Perfect. Did that for the unsticking thing. That reminds me. That one enemy likes to drag itself along the ground. When was it? How is it able to move then if it's not set to dead? Oh well, the bug I'll fix later. Add it to my list of things to fix. I remember. Ditch voodoo. Hides. Round after death. Make a new bugs document for the night. I used to keep one that was a running bugs thing, but what happened was then the bugs would just get lost. I kept changing everything, and I usually don't fix the bugs till later because I might fix the bugs by accident. Alright, so I'm just going to remove these ones here. A launch towards target. Are we launching? There's no need for this weird friends thing or anything like that because quite literally I now just have it over there. Let's see how she behaves now. I had to choose target there. Oh, she needs this for the other phases. Let's just make this really simple. Actually, I should do that. I'm not gonna have. I'm gonna definitely change this one up a lot as it goes along, but for purposes of this, I'm actually just controlling everything off of the battle phase that's set on Voodoo. Boss. Boing, boing. Oh yeah, I was gonna fix that attack. Because it sucks. What you doing, pal? You just standing there? How are you moving? There's a break somewhere in her thing. Okay, well, you know, does not appear to do what I'm hoping for. No. Why are you freezing? Oh. What's that? I give her a taunt animation. I want her to antagonize the boss too, just to make your life harder. Basically, I just want her to be like an annoying kid sister, so. Tries to launch herself. She tries to taunt the boss. Constantly talks at you the whole time. I was looking at how to write, like, you know, like, well, mostly women, but also children, like, you know, girls especially, because, well, I mean, antagonist is a 14-year-old girl, ghost, so I mean, having some idea how you would write them seemed important. What I learned was they use a lot of words. Don't always say a lot with them. They're very detailed about everything. Like every little thing is like on a story. It might take like a 5-minute story takes half an hour because they didn't leave anything out. It's a lot of words that don't really mean a whole lot. But it's mostly that they want the attention. So, with her, I want, you know, her to be just like the little kid sister that really just wants your attention. So she keeps talking and talking. Actually, listen, there was like a 10 and 12-year-old tell me a story that, I mean, it was like a trip downstairs that they took. That's it. It was like a really simple sort of story in the world. They didn't leave anything out. I can't believe how detailed that was. It was like the peanut butter and jelly sandwich example given story form. I was like, I was just marveling at it. Yeah, I was doing some studying for how best to write characters. And sure, imagine not all of them that way. Didn't talk to all of them, but gives me a better idea if I just model them after real ones that I know. There are a couple of my nieces that I was listening to talk. What's she doing? Oh, she's moving away. That's good. I think it's adorable that she looks up at you. That's just because I copied a blueprint of a flying character, and that character's head actually does turn towards you. It's a little creepy that her head turns backwards, but yeah, if you're closer, she'll run to you. Okay. All these messages are, in fact, annoying. I just need to get her to the next phase so I can see it, which is at 75 health. Or 75%. Oh, good, she runs away. Perfect, perfect. When she's close, she tends to kind of... Oh, I switched that. Here, a couple more times. I haven't even programmed the other phases for this thing. I'm just literally trying to figure out some basics of how I want this to play out. Fortunately, she hits surprisingly hard. Also, I have 0 buffs or anything like that, so it's not... When you really get to this fight, it's going to be much different. But... kind of hard to hit when you hit her legs. Okay. You should completely be on the next battle phase. There's no way. Okay, well, clearly there's mistakes that are going on here. It might not be that I coded any of this wrong. It might just be that I have things wrong up here. Does this happen? It actually has a regular projectile that she launches. It does work. I was just trying to make the floor ones work. He's dead. Oh. The problem here is that Mini Pop is not being informed any other time than when she's summoned. Wait. That I do want. What am I doing? That's not the inform I need. Why is this on top of that? Who thought that was a good idea? Huh. Huh. Let me bring up the interface for this one. Alright, there is a current battle phase. Yeah, I set it up. It's just I didn't inform. Actually, let me double check that I didn't. Maybe I'll change Voodoo back to the other ones just so I can have it play out normally. So it can be more interesting to do while I'm doing this. If that's the case, I also have to change your projectile. Work on the ground projectile later. Write down the need to fix the weapon because all this time I have free to do that. Attack. Will always hit. Almost like this hair better. Going after mini pop, fair enough. Doesn't seem like they hit too well. I'm not on the second phase yet. It'll reduce your health, makes it easier. Hack and fight. He's running away. Still in the can be friends phase. I think she's at 75% health. I don't know. I mean, no way she's not. She's definitely below 75%. Definitely not doing what I want. I'm going to reduce health for this test because I don't want to keep having to hit her every 5 seconds just to get it to the next phase. You can just have like 400. It's like 3 or 4 hits instead. Probably have it set up where eventually she'll have like a dialogue music she's going as she, the battle goes on, she'll keep talking at you and saying different things. And it'll all just be dictated by what she's previously said. She doesn't fight, she's just a little dopey helper. It's not helper, she's supposed to protect her. Oh, she's kind of worthless. Okay, so see what's going on in her head here. Oh, I didn't hit the button. Oh, I didn't. It's not. Standing desks are wonderful. Instead of sitting here, like, you know, with my back going, oh, why after like a, you know, hours, I'm like, yeah, feel pretty good. And my feet probably don't look very much, but that's what happens when you stand a lot. As long as you move around, though, it's not too bad. I'll throw things at them. Alright, so our target's voodoo. I know what our problem is. I didn't bother to set this up for when she was right by something, so she's just hovering by it like an idiot. So I don't ever want her to move around near Voodoo. I want her to always run away from her. When she's nearby Poppet, I want her to do random actions, so that's fine. Let's have this go down to here. Sometimes I dislike this plugin because then you have to save the thing before you can move a bunch of nodes at the same time. So that's why you see me save it real quick and then move the nodes. The one that the auto size comments does it. Such a weird bug. Did that not add them all? That's weird. Okay. I don't know if I like that. It's got some problems. Let's just be real here. I think it'd work. You're supposed to be able to push plus when everything's highlighted to add to there, and usually it works. Still not. Alright, so that means at point blank range, she should move away from her. Get close some extra stuff. All these extra text messages also don't seem to help, but I will solve that bug. No, she's doing okay near me. If the lag's getting worse, it's weird. Not usually this laggy, but I guess to be fair, I have a lot of text. Or print string. Still Poppet. Now Vu, so she runs away. I'm gonna make Vu a lot more aggressive. Okay. That seems okay. That part works fine. Now I might put her weapon away. Very laggy. Actually kind of hard to hit because she's thin. And she keeps moving away from me. She's a jerk. That should be below the 75%. Battle phase 2, but her target is Poppet. How is her target Poppet? Let me get rid of some of these extra things that I don't want to see them at the moment. What I might do is just spawn actors that do something instead of spawning. Well, I guess the projectile is an actor, but instead of spawning one of the regular projectiles, I might just spawn an actor with some sort of effect. Maybe even explosives. Well, I don't know why that character would spawn explosives. I did make a fun explosive though, because I was teaching someone in chat how to make stuff. Little explosive little landmines, they're great. You jump on them, they go pop. I'll jump in one. It could vanish faster and it... What? I also need to change the thing there. Different one, but that's a different story. I'll add to my list though. Landmine. Vanish faster. Change the vision. Be a... I think it's a capsule instead of a sphere. She's figured out what the battle phase is. I'll leave that for the moment because I don't really care right now, but... If she's printing strings, the battle phase is being 2. In theory, this should just be this. I don't understand what will be the point. Oh. Probably easier just make a sequence than to do what I just did, but whatever. There's no return node, so of course it's not going to work. Has to return this information so it can continue the rest of the thing, I suppose. I think. Well, yeah, because it needs to change the target name, and it's not doing that. It also is not getting distance to the target, but yeah, that's probably the issue. Other one, this too, I met it. I don't think it's necessary here. We know it's actually checking the battle phase, so yeah. causing that lag? That's weird. Got a bunch of stuff open, but not that bad. Could actually just dodge forward and do an attack too. I don't use that often enough, even though it's actually really good. Can I get rid of the battle phase, I thought? Almost out of sanity. What's the second battle phase? But I should have kept this. Should be moved to target. I don't know why she isn't moving to the target. She moves to the target in the other phase when it's Poppet. But it should be doing these because the battle phase is this. She moves towards it, it should actually, you know, start saying that she's obeying her mistress. Just in case you can break there. I don't know if it can, but well, technically it can't because the reset action never happens and it'll never go past this point, but that means that every 9 times that this will actually fix that anyway. I definitely made it so that my things will unbreak themselves. Eventually. It does take, like, you know, on the 10th try of the same thing. It's like, hey, wait a minute. I can't do this. I'm stupid. I might lower that number. Probably. But most of the enemies are so dumb, it doesn't really matter. Like, they don't do a whole lot and they're just throwaway anyway, so you don't really care if they... Even if one of them gets stuck. It's okay. Whatever. We know she's doing that. I'm gonna put a thing here just in case to see what's really happening, but maybe it's some sort of issue with the move command itself, or maybe not move command itself, but I mean, if her target is Voodoo, I don't know why she wouldn't move towards Voodoo. I mean, she successfully moves away from Voodoo in the early phase. Knows where it is, and she can move towards Poppet in the early phase, so that makes you wonder. Boing, boing. Actually hard to hit with. We'll fix that problem. We know she's near Vu. Right there. Come on. Got her caught on the candle. Phase 2. Your target is somehow still Poppet. And though it's in phase 2, he's actually moving away from the target. How is that possible? Heal up and then go pick her up. She's literally stuck in move towards target, but she's not actually moving towards me. Which is weird because, you know, if she was really had me as the target, then she should, in fact, continue the behavior of moving towards me. But she would have in the other phase if she's gonna that phase there. I forgot this part. Just checking this target. How does it ever get display name over there? Huh. That should make it work. I'm sure I'll change her behavior a lot during the other phases, but I want them to have a good understanding before I waste too much time on making her phases more complicated. I don't keep adding new things like that. Pretty much every time I have any kind of idea for the fight, I come back to it and work on it, and then when I don't have any ideas, I just go work on something else. I found that to be usually the better way to do it. If I just sit there and bash my head into the ground, you know, just trying to figure it out, or just into a wall, it's going... sometimes errors in the things lead to the mechanics themselves. A lot of things have led to that. It's actually very effective. I didn't realize how effective it would be. Because they don't do their attack fast enough to make up for the fact that I'm, you know, doing the dash at them, so it actually comes out pretty good. Oh, I should move her away. That away. I may increase the curse gain for when you're in the darkness. I think I probably will. It just feels really low, and it gets eaten really fast, so I don't like it. Okay, well... we're in phase 2. Okay, now she's doing it. Which is horribly obnoxious. Now she's not. What are you doing? Supposed to go hang out with her. Not me. Now she's just kind of standing around. But she should move to target. I'll put it in the last phase. Like she broke. Now you don't want to move? Yeah, oh, now she's moving. Well, where are you going? We know she's in the right phase and she has the correct target. Sure. I don't know how she could not have the correct target. I literally am telling her to target exactly that thing. For phase 0, I mean, she doesn't really need a target for phase 0, but sure. The problem has not been that it has no target. The problem has also been that it just breaks. I'll just leave those for now. I don't really need them specifically, but actually, what I don't need is this because I just have a phase 2 down there. It's the same function. Keep track of phase 2 and 3 here. Already has the correct target. It's so weird. Unless somehow it's doing that. Did I include an acceptable radius? I might have. I did not. Very much did. Sure. Leave that there like that. I mean, 50 is probably fine for acceptable radius. I'm not too worried about that. Thought I might want to change it, but if I want to in the future, I can just add it on here, and that is fine. We'll leave it ugly temporarily. I don't care about that. Oh, that's right. The weird bug. I'm gonna give her a Legion of Taunts too. Just guys. I'm gonna get rid of the randoms for now. I may add them back later, I don't know. No extra spaces in this name, it should be fine. I mean, she plays this message as the help, she's trying to get me. I'll also clean it up as I see things I don't need. I put all the taunts into the same thing. I might do that in a second. One problem at a time, though. I have plenty of things going wrong as is. I'm sure I'm going to want some sort of restrictor on what she has to do for this anyway. Actually, I'll just start spacing this out and making it more like it's supposed to be anyway. Gonna have to do this anyway. I get these by accident? Let's fix that. No, you. A little more organized than it was. Move that from battle phase 1. That's the decider for battle. This is not in the action. That. But then the question is, why? Apparently I'm clicking that, not that. Does she have a false behavior I care about here? Sure, let's make her do little jumps if she's in the second phase. It'll give us a better visual than what we're currently watching, looking at. You know? I don't think I ever made a jump random. Hey Mike, how's it going? I think Voodoo can hit her from about there. If she gets too close to Voodoo, I want her to jump back so that Voodoo can hit her. They have their own little abusive relationship, but she is a Voodoo doll, so I think that's kind of expected. Going pretty good, actually. I mean, right now I'm trying to figure out why Mini Pop here is doing things that she shouldn't, but yeah, not too bad. I made all my AI stuff way simpler to deal with since I just did it all in blueprints, so I don't have to deal with those god-awful behavior trees. No thanks. Talk about slow and inefficient. I can't believe I'd ever agree. I think it was Activision who they do all of Call of Duty's logic in blueprints. I was like, if it's good enough for Activision, it's good enough for me. Oh, was it Ubisoft that did it? I think Activision makes Call of Duty, right? I don't know. It's whichever one makes Call of Duty. They're like the same company in my mind. I don't know. I don't like their games either way. I guess it's not true. I guess the Assassin's Creed games used to be good. I don't know if I figured anymore. They were good at one point. Oh, that's right. I'm supposed to be watching Mini Pop. Also using the better attack. Mini Pop says I'm closer. Oh yeah, Mini Pop. Where they? He's like, hello. The more I mess with AI, the more I'm understanding what it must have been like to program Elizabeth from BioShock Infinite. You know? Just a little AI helper that does everything. I mean, or even in like more recent games like the Final Fantasy VII Remake, like programming all the other little NPCs to do this stuff when you're not actually using them must have been crazy. How's your project going, Mike? We're in the next phase. Okay, so our target's always Voodoo now. That's fair, Mike. Art, in fact, does equal infinite waifus. It'll be yellow. I like colorful stuff. Direction. Something ain't right here. Because there should be no point where this thing there. There should be no point where this get location of target actor, move location, has anything wrong with it. I just know she uses it multiple times. And somehow her behavior is giving me the opposite. Early on, she does the move away. That's true. But let me take a quick bio break real fast. Be right back. Like a minute or two. Still something of a loss on this one. I already know all this code works. Not going to be a problem on here. Everybody else is using exactly the same code, and nobody else is having the problem, so it can't be that. And all of her move is passing through this code. Every phase. And it's saying phase 2, so clearly it is actually doing move direction, move to target. It should be saying this though if it's saying move to target. I have a lot of checks that should say what she's supposed to be doing. See what it's telling her. Move to target, we be friends, blah blah blah. Helps you trying to get me on the sure, looks good. I'll pop it to a mini pop. That's true. Also, the projectiles need to understand mini pop. I need to add that too. Projectiles understand mini pop. Phase 2, perfect. Yeah, move to target. Yes, Mr. Surudu, I obey. All that code is correct, except for some reason, instead of moving to target, she is in fact kind of just going wherever she wants, but mostly away. I'll come back to it. When in doubt. She's mostly doing what she's supposed to. You know all this is working correctly. What we don't know is why she's doing the other thing, but that's actually fine. Okay, it was already good. I don't really need indicators for the different phases. I mean, I have it set at 75% health, 50% health for the phase changes, so making, you know, the early portions of the fight much shorter. I could actually make them like, you know, 33% or something. I think it's more interesting to make the most complex portion of the fight take the longest. You know, give you a warm-up and then be like, okay, it's time to play serious. Whenever stay nearby Poppet. The runaways are going to be... Honestly, I could just maybe move the... Could have probably just made her like 300 because she's like tiny. Actually... I'm just gonna make her like half the speed of Poppet across the board. I wish I'd done this before making a bunch of copy-paste stuff, but listen, I didn't do that, so... But she's like half the size of Poppet, so I kind of want her to move slower in general. You know? I don't know why she's super quick. I mean, I know she's temporarily flying. That's because I haven't given her own animations yet. She's not set up to use the same animation system as the new stuff, only Poppet is. Every time I try to use that on NPCs or anyone besides just the player character, it causes a bunch of bugs that are basically unexplainable bugs. I mean, if you make any changes to that file, even if you undo those changes, Poppet is no longer visible on the screen. I have to literally copy paste the file over. Even if you select the undo actions, it doesn't work. It's the most bizarre thing. But to be fair, all those plugins are experimental phase, so weird bugs should be expected. I'm waiting for 5.5 when they're not experimental, but the game's not releasing before 5.5 anyway. 5.5 is in preview right now, another month or two. I can't wait for Megalights. I tested it. I used the preview to test it against 10 to 15 FPS off the Megalights. So it's super worth it. Yeah, they need ray tracing to do Megalights, but the game also looks like 1,000 times better. If you try to do like regular lights with Lumen, God, Lumen's intensive. I had a room that with Lumen lights on in 5.4, and it had some emissives too, but Lumen likes emissives. But with the regular lights, I only did like half the lights as regular ones there. It went down to like 14 FPS, and then it was getting like 28 to like 32 or something in that room without it. But with Mega Lights, it's getting like 40 FPS. So I get to use the better lights, and I don't have to use emissives. So it's like, I might just wait. Sure, people are like, oh, but Mega Lights isn't very good because, you know, when you put like 1,000 lights, it doesn't really work for. Yeah, I'm not doing 1,000 lights. I really don't care. I'm not doing 1,000 lights. That's a lot of lights. I don't think so. I could have her jump towards her. Jumps are way more obnoxious because they're so much faster. It might be EJ, but I mean, I literally ran a test with the preview version and saw impressive results. So, I don't think the 1,000 lights is a thing. Like, I mean, clearly Epic did special stuff to make their ridiculous demo, but I definitely saw a pretty massive improvement in what I have going on. So I was like, I'm feeling overhyped for it. Let's put it that way. But I mean, I'm switching to 5.5 anyway as soon as it's out because I want all my movement stuff to not, the new animation stuff to not be experimental anymore. I want them to fix all the bugs. Okay, that'll, okay. I guess I want to work on on Voodoo herself. Yeah. Well, it just comes down to, did you make your game about, you know, dolls running around a place at night where you have to use lights in order to keep yourself from going insane? If so, you probably use a few more lights than a normal person. For everybody else, you probably don't need that many lights. Just this weird thing, you know, you just make this little change like that, one thing leads to another, and the lights look a lot cooler than the emissives as well. I'm not a fan of the emissive lights at all. Yeah, like DMX lights? What is DMX lights? There's so many abbreviations for things now. Already with toe. Okay, so I guess I'll work on Vu here because I am something of a loss for why she would. I mean, she's literally doing all the same things there, but she's just picking a different target. I guess Vu herself could be a. Well, it's not like Vu changes who she is. Like, she literally gets informed at the start. She manages to run from Vu the whole time. And it was literally saying that Vu was her target. I guess the only thing I didn't do was print string this to see if that was, like, if it's really saying the same target the whole time. I'll do that really fast. But of course, then I like see if it changes over the battle. I can't imagine it would, because she's only being informed the one time. And never again. So... Oh, okay. I forget that Unreal actually has all this weird stuff that's just, you know, for everything else besides games. I think you should use those in games too, but all the animation stuff and everything, just kind of use it for exactly what I'm using it for. And I've learned to kind of ignore a lot of the systems because I fall down a rabbit hole and never get anything done. I like this new hairdo. I changed it up out of boredom. I have a few ones that came with this set, so I might just get Poppet a bunch of hairstyles. Apparently you can't hit things sometimes. Like, sometimes you just miss. It's weird. Oh, it's only in the later phases. That's right. I need to actually get her to later. I wonder if the missing is actually part of the, just the lag. Ray traces are kind of notorious for that. I should put her in a different phase. I mean, it's the same target. It's not like that's changing. Now she's just kind of sitting there. She's like, I ain't doing anything. She would eventually unlock, but that doesn't mean she's let's move her far away. Same target. Doesn't seem to be moving correctly, but same target. I'm kind of at a loss on that one. Now she's not even moving too, which is even weirder. Right, I was comparing the movement speeds to see if they were the same. My NPC has actually really slow movement. That initially interesting. I don't know why they got changed like that, but they should be faster than that. Let's start padding her out better. I think at point blank she should do little hops. This will be a less than, I think. Well, it's greater than that and less than. He's up close. I kind of wanted to do like shorter jumps or something like that. Just kind of jump around to be a little more obnoxious. Faster moving. Fix that weird bug. Bug's annoying. Make her significantly more aggressive. I want to get a good starting setup of how she's going to move, and then start adding in more actions and more distances and things like that, and more variables for how she picks her point. I usually find it best to, actually sometimes make the most complicated one first, but this time I'm trying the opposite. I'm gonna make a simple one and I'm just gonna keep adding. For phase 1, I really just wanted to have projectiles she fires, and she summons Mini Pop. You may aggressively go after Mini Pop potentially. She won't have any summons during that. These things are literally just here so I have something to hit while I'm waiting for her. I'm gonna fix that problem with this, that strike almost never hitting. I know it's not a problem with the collisions of stuff, it's just that the window that one's allowed to hit is just too. I want her to close the distance more, but she doesn't really do that. Now she's just whizzing around. She's like, whoo. She's not supposed to fly, but I just think it's funny. I just looked at it that way. Oh, almost dead. Oops. Need a warning for the sandy. I notice the music's not changing anymore. which I need to fix. Pretty music, low sanity, not playing. Well, short hops aren't that interesting, I guess. Do that. I should make her significantly more aggressive, which is the goal here. Also, while I'm thinking about it, I'm gonna fix a couple bugs. Drive me crazy. I know it's under. Turn that back on and see if it makes a difference, or if I like it or not. Then let me check her attack animations here. I'll make that whole range a point where she can hit. Really increase it so it's not like ridiculous where you just never hit. There. I'm gonna look at the other ones too while I'm at it. I'll just give her until, I guess, until it recoils again for it to count. It just feels bad to miss all the time. I think this one actually works well, but maybe it doesn't. I'm still going to extend it because I'm just tired of it missing. I should be able to fix 2 of the bugs. Oh, also the projectiles. Do not understand mini pop at all. Oh. Do 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 do. copy paste. Guess on the distributable on that, but she's your voodoo doll, so if she gets hit, you get hit. Only fair. What voodoo dolls do, right? That's an interesting idea. What if, in the final phase of the voodoo fight, she summons voodoo dolls of herself, and you can't hurt her directly, you have to hit her voodoo dolls? I mean, that just sounds cool to me. Let's see if I fix some of these bugs here. Or just poor interaction. Necessarily even bugs in some cases. I can kind of miss too much. Her attack needs to be at a better distance there. Seems like it hits pretty well though. Doesn't really hit her legs over well though. It does. That's way better. I'm gonna check the sanity thing too. It's easy to check though. I'll go intentionally reduce my sanity. Oh, she's hitting mini pop. Ow. By the way, mini pop getting hit by a projectile seems to work pretty well. Oh. I want to hear this music intentionally. Any light again. Okay, that's obnoxious. Beautiful. Where you at? Definitely better for the sanity thing. Towards the light in order to gain your sanity back. I think that plays out okay. I mean, it's not the best, but it's not horrible either. But now you have a very good idea when you're running out of sanity. It's obvious you're running out of sanity. I want the music to get louder. Ankle just had a nice pop. Feels good. Stiff. Alright, so since I'm testing music, I'm gonna leave the music off. Poppet. I don't know if I want to clamp it that much. I think I want it to be loud. Wait, that's not even what I'm clamping. That's just the normal music box. Doesn't seem that loud. Let's double it up. Pretty soon you can volume multiplier higher than the number. I don't think it has a cap. Mouse has suddenly stopped working. Why are you not working, mouse? Playing yours, oh. Well, you can definitely make it higher than that. No problem. Could reduce it a little bit. I kind of like the current amount it's doing. I have to add all this stuff to the H load too. I had to put a bunch of stuff in. Whenever you add it all to the H load, it actually will make it significantly better. And you rebuild the lights too. Every time I turn the lights on and off or something, requires a rebuild. The hit mini pop mechanic is very good. The intentionally just reducers. I want it to be loud. Because if it's like insanity, like I want you to know. I don't want this just maybe thing. I actually don't need a fighter to even trigger this. I can just simply just go stand in the dark if I want. Or do this. A lot more noticeable. You'll definitely want to run to the lights really quickly. Potentially stand in the dark too long. Now I'm too close to a light. Fair enough. There's a pretty generous amount of light in here. I actually kind of like the effect that it looks like when there's way less light, but it makes it hard to play. I wouldn't call it worth doing, but that's the whole point, though. Why aren't you dead? He does eventually die from it, but the indicator isn't very good for that. I can just be like, listen, I'm trying to give people an extra advantage, you know, make them feel a little better, like they're just about to not kill them immediately, but solves a lot of the problem. And music now impact plays. Mini pop can be hit by projectiles all too well. The fool does seem to land attacks a lot more often. What else do a box collision? But the problem with box collision is it's not a. I mean, it's a spherical. That's right. I mean, it's a round object, so. Why in the world aren't you going near it? On. I mean, you can just arrow key towards things, but not today. Circular. I guess you wish they had a, um, a cylinder collision, but they don't. I could do a sphere collision. But you can't really flatten those very much, right? That was the problem. Yeah, it doesn't really flatten. Why not? That's why I went with the capsule, because you kind of flatten it, really, but you can sort of flatten it. But increase the radius, but then reduce this. That work? $30? I guess there's a minimum or something. That's interesting. I don't like that. Honestly, the box one probably works the best, even if it doesn't quite fit the shape. Not ideal. Only because Poppet's so small. That's the biggest problem she has, is she's so tiny that if something doesn't quite match the collision, that's bad enough. It's most of it, though. Oh, the camera's working well again. What his problem was earlier, it was being weird. Hmm. Most of these bugs are pretty easy to fix, so it's like, okay, well, not the worst. Ooh. Really launched me, though. Actually, a lot went wrong with that. Like, a lot. Oh, that's right. Other actor doesn't even really help. You know what? I don't need this. Well, I mean, she only has it for this brief period of time. That launch was really weak. Man. This will improve the landmine. Well, I'm at it. Make it so that it actually vanishes faster and loses all collision. Doesn't destroy itself yet. Might actually want to increase the size of this box a bit or something. Maybe it's just not quite enough. Put a new lid on this cup and it makes a weird whistle noise. I was drinking it at the office while some clients were there and they're like, what was that screaming noise? I'm like, okay. Way slower than I expected. Why? Oh, it's because I'm not even out of the thing, that's why. They were definitely all weirded out. Super busy day today. I just was a bit late to my office and Just wall-to-wall clients all day. I was like, huh,